What you're seeing here is an AI playing Geometry Dash, and this is a Shrek movie scene in GD. Yeah, these are only a fraction of the crazy things we'll mention, so stick around to see Geometry Dash's greatest accomplishments. Let's start off simple. This is Corn, a level with over 1 million objects. The dedication to build such a behemoth is incredible, but contrary to popular belief, it doesn't actually have the most objects. That would be No Clipocular Miracle, which has an astounding 1.3 million objects. Yeah, good luck running this on your phone. Anyhow, some other levels actually have even more objects using some weird techniques, but this is actually a fully completed level that's meant to be played, so I think it's fair for it to take the #1 spot. But anyway, while I was searching for accomplishments, I remembered Master Game. It's an entire RPG made inside of Geometry Dash, and when it was released, it amazed everyone. It really showed the community what was possible with the in-game editor, and a lot of people still consider it as one of the greatest levels ever made, for good reason. However, that was back in 2017. Let's fast forward a bit to 2019. This is Dim, an entire 3D game in Geometry Dash. The way it was made is by using a technique known as raycasting to simulate a 3D effect, so it's basically an illusion. However, what's more interesting is that it was created automatically. That's right, a bot literally made a Geometry Dash level. By editing the level save file directly, you can do complicated tasks that would take years to do in a matter of minutes. The fact that someone was able to do this is nothing short of incredible, but this isn't the only time Sputnik was able to amaze the world. But more on that later. For now, let's look at this player who managed to beat an extreme demon invisible. Yeah, they literally took the hardest difficulty of the game, made it so you can't see the gameplay, and just completed it. Which is just... 3! Since we're on the topic of extreme demons, this is Bloodbath, one of the most iconic levels ever. When it was released, it got massive amounts of attention and was immediately considered the hardest thing made by a long shot. But that was over 6 years ago. How has difficulty evolved nowadays? Whoa. Even then, this is nothing compared to what these players did. What if on one fine day you decided that beating the hardest level wasn't enough and you want to complete the other 75 hardest levels? Well, two players by the names of Nswish and SpaceUK decided to do this daunting task, even though they did it in different time periods. It took them a while, but in the end, they pulled through and did something that is still considered one of Geometry Dash's greatest accomplishments. Anyhow, while we're discussing some of the hardest things ever beaten, let's look at the player leaderboards. Here, players are ranked based on how many stars they have obtained from certain levels. On average, most levels have around 6 to 7 stars. So, let me ask you a question. Do you think the #1 player on this leaderboard has A. 10,000 stars, B. 20,000 stars, C. 1 star, or D. No stars? Well, that's a trick question, none of these. The answer is 200,000. That's more stars than I have subscribers. Hey, maybe we could change that. No pressure though. Moreover, the #1 player Smithy has also managed to beat an absurd 5,000 demons. Which just how? But no, this seems like an easy task. I am determined to beat Smithy and pass them in demons. It all starts with this level. Well, close enough. Parallel to the player leaderboard, there is also the creator leaderboard. However, instead of being ranked based on who has the most stars, it's ranked depending on who has the most creator points. Don't abbreviate that. Anyways, a creator point is something that is granted to you if the developer of the game likes your level, and needless to say, it's pretty hard to get. But that seemed to be no issue to the player named Viprin, who managed to obtain 281 creator points. That's on average around 140 levels needed to be made, which is an insane amount. In fact, it's so insane that he hasn't been overtaken in over 6 years, and is still in the lead by around 39 creator points. Hey, remember Sputniks? Yeah, seems like they returned. Oh, I didn't see you there. This time, however, they decided to make videos play inside of Geometry Dash. Wait, what? Look, it's the famous scene from the Shrek movie. That's pretty cool. Or what about this? A video of Geometry Dash in Geometry Dash. What else can this person even make at this point? A programming language. Wait, what? A programming language. Nah, there's no way. You'll see. Anyways, we'll come back to you later to see if you actually do that, but for now, let's look at some impossible levels. This is Atomic in 2019. They've just managed to complete the once thought impossible level, Thinking Space. Completing a former impossible level is super impressive, but Atomic certainly wouldn't be the last one to do it. Fast forward later to 2021, and pro player Localizer would verify Silent Club. A level known for starting this whole impossible level trend, also known as the silent level trend. This completion shook the entire community to its core, as back in 2014, people were terrified of even trying this level. But wait, you thought this was already crazy? Wait till you see this run.
I verified it!
This is somebody actually completing Silent Clubstep, a level known to be impossible. Its current placement is still up to debate as I'm writing the script, but the history it has is enough for it to warrant a place on this video. I remember seeing this back in primary school and being like, yeah, this is never getting beaten. The fact that people can just take an old impossible level and complete it is mind-boggling, and is also another reason why I'm making this video, to show and congratulate a lot of the super impressive things this community has done. But anyhow, that's enough being wholesome. Let's look at UFWM getting a 36% run on Silent Circles. From the looks of it, we're all gonna have carpal tunnel at age 30. But if it means passing the first wave of Silent Circles, I'm down. But while these are all outstanding, wait until the next one. This is Sonic Wave. Beating such a level anywhere other than PC would make you a masochist, wouldn't it? Well, Byprex decided to anyways and managed to complete this level on mobile after 41,000 attempts. For those who don't know, input delay on mobile is way higher than that on PC, which for a game like Geometry Dash plays a huge role. That fact alone makes this completion one of the greatest things ever done inside of Geometry Dash. There are also these levels that were completed either on mobile or low refresh rate on PC, which you should definitely check out as well. What do you want?
It's me, Sputnik.
Oh, not you again. What have you done this time?
I made the programming language in Geometry Dash.
Wait, what? Yeah, it turns out Sputnik's managed to make a whole programming language in Geometry Dash. The way they made it is actually really sick and involves them making their own programming language outside of Geometry Dash. Basically, since GD triggers get messy real fast, they made a language that is basically GD triggers but in lines of code. Then they used that to code the programming language they wanted as they normally would, which then got inputted in Geometry Dash as triggers. Okay, I know that sounds pretty complicated, but trust me, it's pretty cool. Anyhow, on the topic of code, people have developed mods for Geometry Dash. Yeah, for example, look at this one by HJFOD, called Better Edit, which improves the editor by a lot. And of course, how could we forget Mega Hack V7 by Absolute, which is a whole hack client type thing that has so many cool features. Like, did you know that you can now make your wave trail ultra big? Or that you can hack your way up the leaderboards? Actually, don't do the second one, that's bad. While we've gone over a lot so far, I decided to save my personal favorites for last, as I think they're some of the craziest things ever done. So, let's continue. This is Whitespace by Zender Game, an absolute masterpiece. This level has everything. Amazing design, great gameplay, and even awesome storytelling. It truly shows that Geometry Dash levels can really be a form of art and expression, and in my opinion, Whitespace does just that. Another level that achieves this is In Silico. You're supposedly someone trapped on an island and your goal is to escape it as fast as possible before it explodes. The song and the design choices complement the intensity so well, and it makes for an unforgettable experience. Another memorable experience is definitely Castlemania by Serpunch and others. This is an open world Geometry Dash level. You're in a castle and your goal is to escape, but how? Well, that's up to you, as there are so many different routes. Maybe you'll venture through the mysterious underground segment, or the magical library. It's up to you. And these three levels aren't the only ones that use GD as an art form. There are tons more that if I wanted to mention them all, it'd take years. So just know that Geometry Dash truly is a beautiful game, where people are free to express themselves as they please. But what if we wanted to push human skill to its limit? These are two challenges, VSC and the third variant. Both of them only have one victor and are hard. VSC features some of the tightest wave gaps ever, and the third variant has 18 360Hz frame perfects, meaning you have only one frame to execute a jump on 360Hz, which is around 0.002 seconds to react. Oh, and they're also like, kind of invisible. It is jaw-dropping that these levels were even able to be verified, and it really shows how far Geometry Dash difficulty has come. But now, for the thing you've all been waiting for. A Geometry Dash AI. Somehow, a GD modder known as a DAF managed to make a sort of AI in Geometry Dash. The way it works is that it basically finds all the possible paths it can take and then decides which one is the best. It actually managed to get pretty far on base after base all on its own, without any pre-planned route, which is so impressive. I legit can't believe something like this exists. While it seems to not be able to do very complicated tasks at the moment, who knows? One day, it might be able to complete things us humans can't. There are tons more great accomplishments that it'd take me forever to mention, so if you feel like something is special, leave it in the comments below. Anyhow, have you ever wondered what the limits of Geometry Dash are? Well, you can find out here. Goodbye!